Alright, thanks for joining me today. This is the A Face in Time live stream for June 27th. And I thank you for joining me. I want to wish you peace and love. I am another version of you. I will be among you soon. I am you. We are one. Namaste. Today we're looking at this really interesting video. First, we'll take a look at the original thing that got me looking at this, and I was like, this is the Son of China. I mean, there's like a million of these Son of China kind of channels I'm finding, but this guy keeps posting these very interesting things. So I went down a small rabbit hole. This Lichuan Rentou mountain, very interesting. I left some links in the description of this video so that we can fully explore those videos themselves. There's another really interesting documentary I found on the Lichuan province. I will sum up by saying that this is the Lichuan River is like the biggest river in China. There's a big lake that heads up the river. Starts off the river, and it's the largest freshwater lake. And this area is very, they have like all the Tibetan temples, all the Buddhist temples are in this area. It's a hugely ancient site for China. So what we find here are some faces in this area in this video, and this is kind of the obvious one right here, obviously. And I'm gonna try and get through these quickly, but we have another face over here, and we're gonna go and look at maybe some faces over here as well. We have several screenshots from two different videos. Let's go ahead and get started with not so obvious, a little bit pixelated. What do you guys think of this guy right here? We have a little bit of a chin line, I would call it here, and these rocks probably were shaped and painted in the past. The rock was removed to make this mouth, and look, here's his little nose. It's been eroded. These things are ancient, likely super ancient, prehistoric. Now, right next to him, we're going to look at another screenshot. It's going to be a little more clear, but I believe there's another face right here. And so this is a multifacial rock art feature, much like we see in Montana and Colorado and North Carolina. We're seeing small forms of this, maybe larger forms. I haven't been out there or looked around out there very much, but my friends on the internet are posting all kinds of interesting videos on like handheld portable rock art. If you guys haven't seen this, it's super interesting. There's a book by Jim Gaskins called Rock Effigies of the High Plains Hunters. I do recommend it. It's not very expensive, but it does make a good table art. And when we see that there's all these little faces, there's all these faces all around this area, then we can probably look around and say this was likely a face in the past. Here's his nose and his mouth. We could say that probably, this is overgrown right here. But this right here could be another face. Right here. This could be the nose. Hold on. This could be the nose right here. The mouth could have been painted. And how about this guy over here? When we've already seen all these other rocks rock faces in this area, or rocks that look like faces, can we not take a little bit of creative process and say this also was a rock face? The question is, who were these people that made all these rock art structures that are this ancient, that they are this eroded? How long ago was this done? And we have to say, clearly, this is a very large face in time, right here. Look at that nose. Look at that mouth. Look at this chin line coming across right here. Look at this chin line right there. The neck. What if this head is sitting on top of an ancient pyramid, buried in the jungle, like we see in the mountains of the South America? We've already seen, if you look up pyramids of China, they've found over 200 pyramids in China. 200. So, if there were 200 pyramids in China, still that we can see right now, if you go on the satellite imagery, you can find these pyramids. I've looked at them. They're all covered with trees. Looks like they were planted in a grid pattern intentionally to cover up these pyramids. But they're there. They are there. And with later on all of these temples being built in this area of all these different religions, you know, the source of life, the water, the largest river, the Yangtze River, runs, or its headwater is in this area, in this province, this Lichuan, Maoba, Rentou mountain area. The Lichuan province. What does it mean? What do you think? I'm going to try and get through these screenshots really quickly, you guys, because I think these different angles give us some different perspectives. So here in this big mountain in the background. Okay, I remember I was saying this guy right here, this is a face, comes down like this, comes like this right here. Look at this guy right here. His little mouth is right here. His nose is right here. And look at these eyes. They're right there. Look at those eyes. What do you think? Did I get it wrong? I think in the other image, I think I called this the mouth. And this is the nose. And then these would be the eyes right here. Gets a little pixelated as I zoom in. It does appear that we have a couple of more faces right here. Here's some eyes. Let me downsize my little pen here. So we got some eyebrows. Got some big old beady eyes right here. We got a nose, kind of a broad nose. And then his mouth looks oh, he's got a little Fu Manchu beard right there. Look at this chin line. Comes around like this. Just like that. That's a face in time, my friends. He's got some hat on, or he's got some big hair. Now, this one's a little tougher. I don't know. This kind of looks like some eyes right here. With a nose and a mouth. Some little head right here. Again, thousands of years old. Deeply eroded. Look at this one here, the main feature face. This is on like the top of a mountain. This is kind of a pyramidal shaped mountain. Look at this right here. This head right here is on like a pyramidal little pyramid thing. Right there. What do you guys think of that? It's interesting, right? Again, we're just going to buzz this guy out real quick. Yes, fine. Let's not crash the computer. Alright, another angle here. Oh, I haven't looked at this one yet. Interesting. So we got some weird pixelation going on here. So we're getting a different angle. Oh, look at that. Hold on. I just want you look at his Adam's apple. I'm not sure if I got this right here. Right there. Look at that. If that's not an Adam's apple. Now, on my previous live stream, I don't know, I need to get to it and cut up some shorts out of that, but there are faces on all sides of this. It's a completely different mountain, but there's another version of this. I mean, 200 pyramids in China. Of course, there's going to be more versions of these faces. So there's another version of this. I don't know. It's probably not the same guy. Maybe it is. Maybe it's Buddha. But it'd be like, this is another face on this side is what I'm saying. And so when you're looking at the mountain from this side, you'd see this face. But if you're looking from over here, you'd see this face. Now look at these strange lines around. Okay, look at this over here in the background, friends. Some real interesting geology. Some real interesting geology. Look at this right here. All these straight lines. Straight lines. Straight lines. Alright. Let's look at the base here. It's not very good. Got really pixelated. Alright, let's try a different one. Last one from the video short here from Son of China. We get the really far away view. I don't know. Do we need to look at it? Maybe we look at the bottom here. Let's look at the pyramid. Again, we got pyramid going down like this. We got this guy with his mouth and his nose and his eyes over here. We've probably got another face right here. Let's look at this guy. Right? This could be another face looking the same way. It's covered by bushes. We can't even tell what it looks like. But down here, it's too pixelated. It's interesting though. Kind of looks like something was removed. Yeah, I don't think we need to pick through that one anymore. I'm going to say don't save on that. Let's go. Okay, next is the first screenshot from the video Lichuan National Park. We can see here a very large face in time. Some of it is missing. But I thought this looked like a nose. I wanted to zoom in on it. It's my first time zooming in on this. So we're looking at these kind of first time. I saw it in the video last night. It was going on midnight. I mean, look at this mouth. Does that not look like a mouth? Now we're gonna look at this. You've got some little Chinese characters here. We got some pictographs, similar to what we would have in the American Southwest. We have pictographs on the side of this mountain. They're up in the middle of the air. Like, how did these people get these pictographs on here? Look at this. I just thought these were like some funny Chinese. Maybe they are Chinese characters. Maybe somebody got out here with a rope in the last whatever and put these on here, but these are the same red ochre color of what we see in the American Southwest. And I'm not saying that these aren't Chinese characters. I might need to call my friend Yutao and see what he thinks of this. He was raised in China. But let's take a look at these little symbols. I'm going to say we don't know when these symbols were put here. I got a little excited. But they look very similar, and they're kind of, I guess somebody can hang off there with a rope pretty easily and put those on there. But hey, look at this guy. What do you think? Is this another face? It's another face. Here's the lips. Probably comes down here. The chin is obscured by these debris. We've got a very prominent brow line here. We've got some nose feature. And look at this brow line. We've seen this already in this area. Multiple faces on one set of mountains in one area. I mean, this kind of looks like an eye right here. I'm just looking at this. It's a little obscured by the trees, so it's really hard to tell. We don't really know what this is. I'm going to say I don't know what this is. But how about this in the background? Is there anything interesting over here? Could this be a face right here? Could this right here be another face? I'm going to say I don't know. It's too far away. It's too pixelated. But what if these all had like informational plaques, you know? Like we're clearly in Montana. Sometimes we'll see these faces and this will be indicating the observation point. So you come to this nose, to this peak right here, for example, and you stand right here and you look this way across the valley, and you will see from the exact perspective where you're supposed to, because ancient man would have stood there, and they would have made other rock art. If we're making large scale rock art on a huge like planetary scale, but you're looking across the valley, you would want to show clearly where the vantage point was. So once you're standing here on this face, you would look across, you would probably see another face. That's what I see in Montana anyway. Seen that time and time again. I need to get back to my Montana videos. And we're gonna finish up today with a bonus image from a photo in Montana. So if you can stick around to the end, we're gonna get to that. All right, so we're seeing the same area a little further away, a little more pixelated. But I thought this might be valuable because of the further away perspective. Obviously is something interesting. We've already looked at this. We've got these lips. We can see the chin is a little more clear in this image. There's the mouth. Those funny little pictographs are right here. I was hoping to get a better screenshot of this face up here, but that's not working. And, okay, maybe he was looking across the valley at this wall. I bet you this wall had all kinds of writing on it in the past, or some other kind of imagery, and maybe it's gone. Maybe it was intentionally removed. Maybe it was washed away by the great floods of the world. Maybe it was blown away by some volcanic activity in the ancient past. And when we're talking about giant scale rock art, we don't know how old these are. I'm going to say we have no idea how old these are. I don't have any idea anyway. If you want to, I think that's all speculation. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Okay, how many more we got? We got a couple more, and then we're looking at Montana. Okay, this is still Lichuan province. This is one of their main national parks, you guys. This is in their national park. And they have this waterfall area. It's multi-tier. It's a really good, I got through 3/4 of it last night and I fell asleep. But I was like, oh, okay, this one I think on this side, since we've already seen all these faces. So if we take a look here, this is the same area. We've already seen all these faces in this area. Can we say that this is a face right here? That this is another rock face? That this is another mouth right here? Okay, that didn't go very well. How come I can't see my cursor? I guess it's just the same color as the background. Can we say that this is a face? That this is ancient, that it's eroded, that the hair goes up into this giant thing, like maybe this person had a big hair. But look right here. What's this? Is this an eye? Is this a nose of another person? Maybe he's wearing a helmet, and this is the mouth right here. And then we have chin line right here. Is this a multifacial rock art? Ancient, eroded. It's really tough to say. Because it's so old. Because it's covered in moss and rock. I would like to think that in the ancient past, a family would have been in charge of maintaining these, like a congregation of a church or a spiritual following. This guy appears to have his like pretty serious mouth right here. I'm trying to get his lips. And I think his nose is in this area, and that's an eye, but... I'm not even sure if that one's a face right there. I thought I saw a face. If we call these eyes right here, how would that work out? Is this the nose? Is this, again, the mouth? And then it's just the angle or the perspective. Oh, and then are these eyes? Are we going to say if those other ones up above are definitely faces? Okay, this one over here, I'm not as sure. This could be a face right here. Then look at this right here. Is this a mouth here? Or is this the mouth and this is the eye? And there's another nose. See, I mean, you can go down the rabbit hole with these things. I can anyway. Thanks for joining me in my view of a face in time. Okay. I'm going to save that one. We're going to look at the next photo. We got a couple more of these, and then we're going to look at... Oh, I think there's one left here. Okay. Here in the United States, we have these things called grottos. At least here in Portland, we have something called the grotto. And I've seen there are grottos of the Christian faith in other places. And to me, in the one here, when I went and looked at it, it's been a while, but it looked like there was probably something there in the great past, and whoever the Christians came and they destroyed the effigies or the whatever the deity, whatever the thing was that was in the grotto, which is like a cave, and then they put a deity. So you can see in here they've put this golden deity in the grotto. But what was inside of here 100 years ago, 1,000 years ago? Who knows? Who knows right now? But what did I see? Overgrown face right here. Let me just draw this out real quick. Right here, we've got a chin line. It's overgrown. We've got a nose right here. We've got his mouth. And look at this eye right here. Pretty clear. This other eye, a bit obscured by the overgrowth. And I may have his head shape wrong. But you see what I'm saying? That pretty easily becomes a face. And we've got some of the graffiti here from the Chinese characters. Okay. Now, let's see. Is there anything on the left side? Now, maybe these grottos, these cave things, maybe these were... Oh, look at this. We have some painting up here. You guys see that one? And right there, there's some more dark paint. And then is this the nose right here? And this is a mouth. It's got a long, skinny head with some funny things up here. Okay, so in the ancient past, did even maybe 1,000 years ago, Chinese people, they like woke up and they went, oh, well, this is cool. There's some great big statues here. Let's make this, I don't know. Maybe this is a holy place because they came across us and found these faces. These faces look old to me, though, is all I'm saying. They look older than these deities, and they're not maintained. If indeed it's even an ancient face. I mean, how do you really know? Sometimes it's... Okay. Oh boy, we got through them. It's only been a half an hour. Okay, this is my screenshot from Montana. There's a whole video with this feature. It's It says something like, "Why is he so grumpy?" It's one of my earlier videos. It's a video and it's not a short. I got looking at it today and I was like, you know, this might be multifacial. Let me look at it because our nice friend on the Faces in the Stone channel, there's a channel called Faces in the Stone. He sees a lot of bird imagery. And I went, oh, maybe this is a bird. And I took a screenshot, and then I thought, oh, I thought this looked really interesting, and I wanted to just outline this rock right here. Let's take a look at this rock. What does this rock right here? It says one individual rock. I just want to outline this rock, and if you guys look close at the rock, did you see any remnants of paint? Is it? There's some interesting also divots in this rock. Like, we're talking about decomposing granite here. Almost all these Montana megaliths are decomposing granite. And I would say also the things that Colorado Forest Beings channel has posted are decomposing granite. Now, these rocks have a whole bunch of little divots in it. Look at all these little divots. You know, like when a sculptor does some painting or does some when they do the pictographs or the pectographs where they peck out the rock, or they're making those small rock effigies, they're pecking away to remove the rock. They're doing a relief carving. And to me, all of these little divots are reminiscent of like some. I mean, we're talking very large scale here. This is a huge mountain. But was rock removed to make it look like this? And then was it painted? And if it was, why? Why did they do that? Why did they remove to make it this shape? They made it this shape. And they made it, look, all these little divots here. Look at all these little divots. And if we get closer, there's even more little divots. And look, there's the green. There's some green lichen right there. Did they use the green? Look at this white underneath here. What is that, just from paint? What is that from? Actually, the white is something we see. Now here. Look at this right here. Do you guys see this dark spot right here? There's another dark spot right here. I should get the D stretch out. I'm not going to do it, but there's a program that it's called. Okay, and then we have some pink granite. Look how pink this is right here versus how green this is over here. Pink versus gray rock. I always like to point that out. I'm not sure what it's doing in this image. I actually thought I saw some faces in this earlier, but mainly in this rock. Like this rock I wanted to look at. And there could, I mean, if you wanted to go paradoil, I mean, this thing right here could be like a little nose, and there's some little dude's mouth, and he's kind of cute, but why would they do that? I'm not sure. Is it a lion? It could be multifacial. Like there could be somebody looking up. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Yeah. Not sure what I'm seeing here. I think I'm getting tired. Like, ooh. I think Creekstain might see something there. Mr. Creekstain, what do you think of this one? Is that an abstract rock art face like you see in the walls of Ollantaytambo in Peru? He pointed out some real interesting abstract faces. in the Ollantaytambo megalithic wall in Peru. And sometimes I start looking at rocks and I'm like, oh, that kind of looks like a face. Look, this guy's got a little beard. Like a Fu Manchu. And it's possible you would get up close to this and you would start seeing these smaller faces. I've seen other multifacial rock art scenarios where from far away you don't see faces at all. And then you get up close and you start seeing the faces. And the faces from long ways away, they just look like part of the big overall main face. Because I tell you what, this big feature is looking like a face. It looks to the right. I should have grabbed some extra screenshots to show you, but... It's tough to say. Tough to say. The black line, I don't know. I'm not really seeing anything.